So when most people hear of real estate, they think of passive income, making money while you sleep because you're collecting rent. But the thing is, there's a lot of misconception. Real estate is more of an active income than passive income. Now, when you scale big like the Grant Cardones, and you have, 1,000 unit, then it becomes passive income because you have a lot more people, a lot of team members under you that's running your business, so you're just collecting a check. However, when you first come into this business as a real estate investor and you get in your one property or two properties, it's not really passive income. And I'm gonna go over that in this video. My name is George McPherson. I'm a real estate investor. I'm a coach. I've done fix and flips. I have rentals. I have Airbnbs. And I also done hard money lending as well. So I have a little bit of experience when I come on to this. Now guys, when you hear of passive income is literally you not doing any work. You set up the business and then that's it. It's running. So say for instance, a real passive income would be like you writing a book. And once you write that book, you no longer have to do anything. You give it to the publisher and then you're just collecting a paycheck once somebody purchased that book. That is passive income. You don't have to do anything. The only thing you really have to do is just go out. If you choose to, you go out and then you market your book, okay? But when it comes to real estate, there's a lot more in it as far as active more than passive. Reason why is this. Say for instance, you have one property and you say, well, I'm cash flowing $400, I'm great, right? I'm making money while I'm sleeping. But then the tenant call you because the toilet is not working properly because it's overflowing, or the light just went out. So there's some electrical thing going on in the property. It's no longer passive income. Now you have to find yourself at the property as soon as possible, else you could get in legal trouble if you don't pay that tenant any mind, which is negligence on your part. So now it becomes more active than passive. Now once you start scaling up, and you could hire property management if you choose to, but think about if you had a property manager in this instance where now you have to get something fixed. So say for instance you're collecting $1,000 a month and your mortgage is say $600. So you're cash flowing $400, but remember you're paying that property management 10% off the rent. Okay, so now you're really cash flowing $300 on the property. But wait a minute. The first month you have to pay that property management a whole month's rent, okay? So they collect that fee. So you're really not cash flowing $300 a month. You're actually cash flowing less than that over a period of time. But we're gonna break that down in another video that I'm gonna do with you guys. But what I wanna explain to you is the active versus passive part of this process. So say for instance, you have that property management, right? If you have a property management, now you're gonna have to pay them money, right? You're gonna have to pay them on top of what it costs to fix the problem. So say for instance, if the toilet is clogged and it's overflowing, that property management have to go and fix the problem. But say for instance, the problem costs you $500. They're gonna cost you anywhere from $650 and up because they're gonna tack on their fees as well. So now that is digging into your profit as far as your quote unquote passive income. So now your passive income could actually go into a negative to where it's drawing money from you. Now once you have more properties, then it's not gonna hurt as much. But if you have one rental property that you hand over to a property management, then you're not really gonna get as much profit. What you're really benefiting from is the tax break and hoping that the property keeps going up in value when you're ready to go ahead and sell it. So those are the things that you have to pay attention to if you only have one property and you hand it over to a property management. So is it really passive income? I think not. And everybody's gonna have their own view on it. But when it comes to real estate is more of an active income than a passive income. Now, there are strategies you could use, such as a lease option, which is a great way, and I love lease option. I will never do a regular rent another day in my life. But with lease option, you could say, well, it's passive income as well. Reason why is because now you're handing over the property to that tenant. They're still a tenant, but they're buying the property. They sign over saying that they're buying the property in such time, which is typically 2 years or more, right? And they give you a fee, a down payment, not a deposit. They give you a down payment which I'm gonna get into again, because with a deposit you have to give back to them. With a fee, a down payment, that's a non-refundable that they put down to get into the property, because they're saying that they're gonna purchase the property in 2 years. So you have to look at that as well. Now, with a lease option, you're saying, well, it's passive because, George, I hand it over to them, and the great thing is, if the toilet breaks, if the light goes out, if anything happens to the property, they have to fix it. Because why? They sign the lease that says that they're gonna be responsible for any maintenance. Isn't that a beautiful thing? But there comes a time when they, just like any tenant, decide that they're not gonna pay. And then at that point, now you become an active landlord again. Why? Because now you're gonna have to evict them. So in a sense, people put it as, you know, you're collecting passive income. It's great if you have that perfect tenant all the time, which you might screen that tenant perfectly. They have great credit, they have a job for 10 years, they never had any bankruptcies, they never had any foreclosures, their credit score is just awesome. No wrongdoing, nothing, right? But at the end of the day, bad things happen to good people. So they still can lose their job. They still can get in a car accident. Something dramatic can happen to a family member or something along the line. And then all of a sudden, the income that they used to make is no longer happening. And they fall on hard times. And now they can't pay their rent. So now a great tenant that you screen is now in financial problems. And you say, man, I go through all of that, I screen them properly, and I never thought I would have that issue or problem. And guys, it happened to the best of us. So don't think that you're gonna find a perfect tenant all the time. No matter what investor you meet, they're always gonna have that same experience where they have a tenant that is not paying them or been late on rent or something along that line. And now you have to become active, give them a 3-day notice, or give them an eviction notice. Now you have to end up in court. You may not have to end up in court, but the thing that I'm going along is, now instead of being passive, you now have to be active in the whole process. So when you're thinking of passive income, it's a great way to scale your business. It's a great way to build wealth. But at the same time, don't be misguided by the fact that it's all passive income. Once you scale and you create that team around you, so now you don't have to be at that property, you're not managing property because you have a property management, and you're making money regardless of whatever fee that property management is charging you, then it becomes passive income because you no longer have to be at that property. If you only have one property, passive income is very hard to say you're making, especially even if you turn it over to a property management. So that's my view as far as, you know, is real estate really a passive income, or is it really active income? Now there's other ways you could invest in real estate, guys. It doesn't have to be just single family. It doesn't have to be just multifamily. There's other ways that you could go as far as other platforms, which I'm gonna go over as well in other videos with you guys, so you could know that if you don't want to deal with tenants, there's other ways you could invest in real estate and not have the heartache as far as dealing with people itself. So guys, hope you find value in this video. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was from it as well. And don't forget to subscribe. All right guys, we'll see you in the next video.